I have art students, and I notice that when I'm really nice to them, they pay attention, but there's a lack of paying attention. But when I am cold with them, when I give them the instruction, but there's a certain coldness, a certain distance between me and them, my coldness makes them pay deeper attention to me. My coldness, my lack of praising people, my lack of like always like being super nice, like a nice teacher, makes people kind of afraid of me as a teacher. But also when I'm happy, when I smile, it makes them even happier, and they pay deeper attention. You've seen the paintings from my students. They're pretty fucking good, right? And I understand that method of mixing harshness and kindness, where I don't praise them all the time, and I'm not mean all the time. I rarely praise and I rarely criticize. But when it does happen, it hits. When I do criticize, it hurts. But when I praise, it gives a lot of pleasure. But for it to give a lot of pleasure, it needs to really hurt first. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to work with me one-on-one, and you guys want to apply the strategy on how to mix harshness and kindness without going to prison and without going to hell, you guys can schedule a one-on-one phone call or scan the QR code, work with me one-on-one. You can see it right there. And then you'll be able to get one-on-one consultation with me on how to apply the strategy without going straight to hell, people. Okay, so let's begin. Let's continue with the video. Click in the description down below to work with me one-on-one, or just scan the QR code. So people have this misogynistic journey. Some people only listen to you when you're hard on them, when you're harsh to them. Some people only pay attention. Some people are just habitual line steppers. People who consistently disrespect you, and the only way for them to actually be in your life is for you to put some power, inflict some pain, put the foot down, and put the gavel on the fucking thing, and let them know that, hey, I don't like this, and verbally express your anger, verbally do something about it, not just like fucking hit them, you know what I'm saying? But let them don't mince your words when somebody displeases you, right? Why? Because it makes them wake up, and makes them, because some people think you're weak, and so they'll test you to see whether or not you're weak, right? All the niceness you're giving them makes them think that you're weak, and so you put them in their place by letting them know that you're not weak. Right? Some people are just bored with their lives and they want drama, and so they stir shit up just to create some drama in their lives, right? And so and also some people genuinely have hidden guilt, right? Maybe there's something bad in their lives, nobody knows it, and so they secretly want to get punished, and so they act out in the hopes that somebody could put them in their place, right? So let's talk about this. How can you then, understanding this, how could you learn to inflict and be harsh to people in a way that doesn't push them away? Okay, let's talk about this. Well, many ways to do this. One, criticism, right? Harsh criticism based on something true. If they did something bad, you let them know they did something bad, and you don't mince your words. You don't try to sound nice. You don't try to sound accommodating. You let them know. You criticize them for something that they did. Right? And it honestly, it doesn't matter how harsh you are, right? Just don't be an asshole with it, but literally criticizing people. Say, hey, look, I don't like the way you're doing this, and make sure that is real. For example, if you're a boss, right? One of the things that you notice is that people pay closer attention to you when you're criticizing them. There's a certain sense of insecurity that criticism based on something real or even fake creates a desire to get your validation, especially if your criticism is not with a freaking smile, right? You know how it is. Even dogs, right? When you're criticizing a dog, don't laugh and don't sound happy, because the dog is gonna catch up to that. Or even a silly child, when you're criticizing the kid, stop sounding. A child would try to get you to laugh so that you could like not criticize them, right? And it's the same thing. It's like, don't laugh at the motherfucker, man. Like, stay harsh on them. Stay with the angry look. Let them know that you're not kidding. And what that will do is that it'll create a desire to get your validation. It's just that simple. And like Napoleon did this, right? Where he would instantly like hire someone or instantly fire someone, right? I call it the Napoleonic method, where he uses kindness and harshness and mixes it, and he'll instantly promote someone who did an act of bravery who most people didn't know about, right? But then if he notices a group of soldiers being cowards, he'll literally call them out and say, hey, strip them of their ranks, they're gone. Instantly we'll do some shit like that. So people would know what gets them happy, bravery, and people understood what makes them mad, being coward, and then he would make sure to outwardly like reward and punish people, and then everyone in the army would understand that if you behave well, you could get instantly promoted. But if you're a coward, you could get instantly demoted, even though you think nobody sees you, right? Those types of things is a way that people use harshness and kindness. And what this does is that it envelops people emotionally. It intensifies whatever emotion people have for you when you learn to mix pain and pleasure. It just intensifies it. And like I always talk about, this works. There's a difference between pulling away and this, right? The difference is this: you use pulling away when you're first getting to meet people. You don't criticize them. When you're meeting people, you don't criticize them because you have no space to do that. So you just pull away. You speak with your actions. But once they like you, once you have some emotional capital, some emotional currency, then you can start verbally telling people what you don't like. And what you want to do is don't be afraid to demand, and don't be afraid to tell them what you're demanding, right? Because and don't be afraid to tell them what you think they're doing wrong. And make sure when you do that, there's a coldness to your face. This will make people feel ashamed. This will make people feel bad, especially if it's real. If it's a real thing that you're doing, and this is that people call this conflict resolution. Just make sure that you don't use fucking Melissa's voice or freaking Bob the program and trying to please his hot girlfriend type of shit, right? Because then people will sense that and they'll take advantage of it, and they'll say, "Man, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You fix your own shit. I'm not listening to you." Like, they'll do that shit if they think you're bluffing, right? Now, we can see why this strategy works so well is because narcissists they love gaslighting people. They act like you did something wrong when in reality you didn't. And what you'll notice is that it does work. It does engage your emotions, like it does make you like them more. And the problem with that is that it's being hijacked by someone who's taking advantage of a real part of human nature. And that's these emotions are there to allow you to go through conflict with someone and not break up with them. It makes you long for them whenever you do something wrong. And so the harshness is really a counterbalancing system. The reaction to harshness with wanting to please them is a healthy thing. But the problem is that some people just take advantage of it. They know that if they guilt you, if they do something wrong, but then act like you're the one that did something wrong, it does work. It really does work. Because you're just a human. You're not, this is a vulnerability we all have, and as long as you're not gaslighting people, as long as you're using the harshness only in reaction to people's inconsistencies, to people's BS, right? Because sometimes you are required to be harsh. Sometimes you are required to lay the law down when they're fucking up. Like, you have to do that sometimes. And if you don't do that because you're shy, you're scared, you don't know how they're gonna react to it, well then you're short-circuiting an important part of people falling in love with you. And there needs to be some harshness. There needs to be. Because in that harshness is when people soften up. It's when people want to get more of your validation. It's when they want to impress you after they did something wrong, right? So you can see how, even though I am telling you a strategy that narcissists use, I'm also telling you how to use it and be responsible with it, because it is a power that's used. This could be used also to, like I said, to get loyalty from your employees, right? Where you're not just a nice boss, you also fire people. You also are willing to cut people off. You also are willing to call people out for doing the wrong thing. You call people out for being lazy. You're willing to do that. Whether or not you're my friend or not, hey, I'm noticing you being lazy lately. Like, dude, I like you, but I will fire you if you do that shit, right? It can seem harsh. Some people might say, dude, that's your friend. But yeah, bro, exactly, that's my friend. Yeah, exactly. You better not, I'm gonna fire him. And that is a quality of a great leader, but it's also a quality of a great lover, right? Someone who is willing to put their lovers in their place, especially when they're fucking up, right? Because then the person that they're dating will respect that. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money back guarantee and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.